Not gonna lie, bro. I do not want to work this 9 to 5 job anymore, dude. Well, if we don't work a job, how are we going to get paid, bro? Like, you know, we still have to survive. We need money to survive. We need money to eat Chick-fil-A every day. So what are you talking about? I mean, content creation, duh. Bro, you know we've been grinding for so long. Like, obviously we can start making our living off content, bro. I mean, bro, yeah, but that takes time, bro. It's like, going back to what I just said the first time, we have to eat every day to survive. If we're not eating every day, we don't have any money. Content creation is something we can't revolve around right now. So what do you mean? Okay, well, let's do it until we can go full time. Obviously, it's gonna take some time to get there, but we can still get there. So let's just do it until we go full time. Well, how long is that gonna take? Well, I don't know. Quick story for you all. This is my upbringing of this process. I remember getting my first job when I was around 16 or 17, but I started creating at 12 years old. My first ever video published on YouTube was a 2K17 dribble montage. If you know, you know. Around that time, gaming was peak. But I would say during my years around that time, I wasn't worried about money at all. But that makes sense within itself. I'm only 12 years old, 13 years old around that time. The only thing I was worried about was having fun and gaming. That was it. I wanted to be a gaming content creator. I wanted to go full-time gaming. I didn't have any intentions on going IRL at all when I first started. It was strictly supposed to be gaming content. After I posted that video, I don't think I posted another video until a year or so later, if even that. I can go back and check the dates. As I started to get older, responsibility started to get added to the table. While doing YouTube for so long, I didn't get monetized until 2024. And even then and now, I'm making little to nothing off YouTube right now. And me being straightforward and blunt, I never really lost passion for creating, but doing it for so long and not getting the fruit you believe you deserve can be very demotivating. But beyond that, let's fast forward to now, 2025. These are the things that it taught me within having a job. Patience. Although I'm making little to nothing, I get to create things that I love. When I first started, it wasn't about the money, but just the factors of creating. I'm at my job to make money, correct? When you're somewhere that you're obligated to be and don't want to be, causes a crazy sense of chaos in the mind and a big urge of relentlessness. I want to walk out right now. I don't want to be here. I wish I could be creating, doing something better, streaming, whatever it is. I just don't want to be here, but I have to be, because it's this survival instinct of, if I leave my job, then what? It's not my go-to thing. So it's like, yeah, I'm here, but I'm also trying to chase my dreams, but I have to put in time here as well so I can make my survival. I hate the factor of that because I feel like all that is scarcity, but I feel like it's something we go through to push us forward. These are things that I feel like jobs can do to your mind, or just like anything in general that you don't want to do, that you have to put over your passions. It causes you to say these things of, I gotta blow up. This has to make me money. I have to get rich tomorrow. But I always try to tell myself to not go down that path route, because I've been there before where I felt like this is it for me. I'm not gonna be able to get out of here. I'm living every day by day, going to this job that I don't want to be at, even behind time and effort that I can't put into my craft right now because I have to be here. I have to get rich from it. But that's the thing. I don't want it to be that. It's not about the money. It's not about the antics or the accolades, but just to be able to create and make a living by doing what I love. And instead of thinking like that, I switched it from I gotta get rich to how can I create better? How can I become better? Because I started to feel money hungry in places that I shouldn't feel hungry in, which then leads me back to the talks of patience and understanding that this isn't permanent. Understanding that you have a very long life ahead of you. If you're at a job but see more for yourself, understand that life isn't just this. And that's my biggest thing. It's so much to life. I probably discovered 0.005% of the earth. And when you're somewhere for so long, it's all that you get used to. That's what your mind is trained to think, that this is the do-all, be-all. This is all I'm ever gonna know. Which then leads to that mindset of, this might be the rest of my life, but in reality, that is not the case. Understand that great things take time. Realize what you're learning in the moment of working, which then leads me into the next thing I want to talk about here. Using time wisely and focusing on the right things. The time that you have off, don't waste it. That's my biggest thing I tell myself every time I got a day off or get off earlier than usual. Do not waste that time. That is valuable time that you need to use. Not time for sleeping, texting, calling. It's the time that you need to use 100%. 100%. And being honest, I don't blame people that when they get off work, they lollygag, they be comfortable, they go to sleep, take naps, spend time with friends, because it's a sense of this is freedom. When I have that time off, I have all of these choices. I could lollygag, I could lock in, but I could also go party with my friends. I could lock in, or I could go play 2K, order some pizza, or I could, like, it's so many different options, and it's so many options on this side in comparison to just locking in and focusing. But this is when discipline comes in. Maybe I got work 2 or 3 times in a row. On that second or third day, I tell myself I cannot wait until I'm off. I'm gonna use all the time I got. I'm gonna wake up early. Those days have came. I did the complete opposite. And then I go back to work in the next 2 days, repeat the same cycle, and it's a feeling of regret, motivation, regret, motivation. And you have to eventually just be like, okay, yo, I genuinely can't keep doing this shit. What am I gonna do to go all in on my craft so I can make that shit my full time? And again, I don't want to bargain it into money, but it's that constant feeling of urgency. Bro, when is it gonna be my time? I don't want to keep doing this. I want to do so many things. I want to travel. I want to go here. I want to go there. And a deep rooted feeling that kind of scares me is that I know that this job shit is not gonna get me to these places. It's not. Especially something that I'm working, it's not gonna get me there. And I don't want to end up going to a full-time job and then work all of them hours just to give me paychecks for things that I don't want to do. So it's kind of like making the craft the do-all be-all. Again, it's hard, I know, but you have to use your time wisely. It's gonna be a constant cycle of regret, the feeling of that rat race that they used to talk about. You have to make that choice. You have acceptance and accountability. Acceptance will keep you sane, and accountability will keep you on track. Of course, you don't want to be there, continuously reminding ourselves that I don't want to be here, I don't want to do this. Life still needs to be experienced, even if you're not where you want to be in life. Do I wish I could wake up, boot stream, post a YouTube video, make a life savings in one day? Yes. But that's not why I started. The excitement, purity I get from creating, money can't create. So understand, no matter where you are in your journey, there will be a day you tell your manager, I quit. But until then, enjoy this process of learning and stacking wins. The one thing I want you all to take away from this video is, no matter where you are, understand that you're capable of doing whatever it is. Content creator, YouTuber, streamer, nail tech, lawyer, doctor, hockey player, whatever it is, you're capable of doing. But you have to put in that work. You have to stay disciplined, hungry, and consistent. Leaving no room on the tables for what ifs, bro. I thought about this earlier today as well. You have to treat this like a job. Not to say stress and don't want to be there, but in a sense of work hours and time. You go to these jobs unwillingly, knowing in the back of your mind that you don't want to be there, because you know at the end of the day, you got to take care of yourself, survive, and make needs meet. Why not? No matter how you feel, if you wake up tired, lazy, a little bit stressful, you do the things anyway. That's how you treat the job, right? And I say this because sometimes I see it within myself. I go to work knowing I don't want to go there, knowing I wish I could leave and quit that same day. But within the days that I have off, I don't take full advantage, which I then regret later. Have you ever had the day off, spent the whole day doing nothing, knowing you got work the next day, knowing it's another day that you wasted and could have made progress to get yourself out of that position? And I'm not making this to bash you, but just more so just talking to myself within it as well. It's like, you have to go all in, bro. I see these people living a life, living the dreams, living this, living that, and it's like, it's not hatred or jealousy, but just reassurance that it's possible. It's a way that I can make it in it. I just gotta keep going and being myself and enjoy the process of it all. Because like I said, within having a job, it honestly has taught me that, yo, I can't do this for the rest of my life. I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. Being on other people's time, dealing with certain customers, having to wake up when I don't want to, go to a place I don't want to be repetitively. It's like, I can't do this for the rest of my life. And I know that I'm built different. Everybody is. We need the janitors, we need the teachers, we need the fast food workers, because without them, life kind of would be at a pause. But not me, bro. There's no way I'm about to be a CVS cashier for the rest of my life. Just making this video to say, if you got a dream, you're chasing a dream right now, you got a 9 to 5, know that you won't be there forever. But know that it's up to you to not be there forever. You got all the potential in the world, but if you don't use it, it's up to you, man. I hope you all gained something for this video. I just want to create, and that's what I'm going to do. Y'all keep going for me. I'm going to keep going for y'all. Boy Vaughn is out, man. Vet, Foel. Y'all going to know the name eventually. I love y'all. Peace. Eventually, bro. All this shit going to be over, bro. They got niggas taking out trash. I don't even know. I'm going to be a fucking star, bro. Just keep going, Vaughn. Don't give up, man. Don't give up, bro. It's all going to be worth it, bro. It's all going to be worth it, man.